What's up, people? One Up Punch here. Take a look at a VR game called MOTHERGUNSHIP Forge I picked up for under $20 on Steam. And I wanted to try different VR games since I know there's not a lot of people doing it, and people are kind of iffy when it comes down to just VR in general, or like games that they don't know if it's going to be recommended for their PC. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. Mother Gunship in general is a first-person shooter to where you're a robot that can attach different guns onto his arms and make ridiculous amounts of stuff with it using connectors, canisters, additional items that might help you with acceleration speed, or maybe even some type of like different type of variant or skill when it comes down to using your weapons. In the VR version, it's the same thing, except you're not moving. Everything is coming at you, and you have to destroy them before you can move on to the next room. These different rooms have anything between gun parts to money to this purple stuff, which they keep renaming every single time you die. And it's just a purple crystal that you need for unlocking other things. Then you have, besides the money and the purple crystals and the gun parts, then you have the boss rooms, the shop where you could buy stuff with the money, and then, of course, the rooms that you're fighting now. You have different enemies here and there. Some will explode. Others will charge you like a robotic dog. Depends upon what it is and what level you're on. If you're in, like, a combat room that's supposed to be difficult, like the red one, for example, more stuff will come at you. Sentries that fire more missiles. More things will come at you in, like, faster speed. Maybe even higher velocity of the ammunition being shot at you, like you have to dodge out of the way from missiles. It's not, again, you're not moving in this game, per se. You're, like, dodging out of the way of stuff and shooting robots as you go. And, of course, when you're shooting the different types of canisters, they do run out. So if you want to go ahead and refill it, there would be these items that show, like, a canister on the box. Once you break that, it'll refill. And then you could use rubber, acid, lightning, or just to name a couple of them. The enemies themselves, again, exploding. You got a buzzsaw like Beyblade. Then you have the Hellhound, or the robotic dogs. And when you beat them, you get 2 gun parts instead of 1 when you do the higher combat mission areas. And of course, you can get a connector, you can get a shield, you can get a blaster. They give you 3 different types of rewards after you're done, unless you're in a boss room. The boss room, I think they give you like 2, and they are anywhere between common to legendary status type weapons. So the boss rooms are pretty great to do when you get like a weapon that just like, you don't have to need a canister, it just blows everything up. For example, the pizza launcher, which is a saw blade launcher that instantly destroys anything I shoot, unless it has acid, or maybe even what they call coffee rounds, which is, it just makes it go faster and bounces off the walls and everything with rubber, making it always never stop killing anything in front of you. So the game's got a lot of things going on in terms of gun parts, as well as upgrading those gun parts when you pick them up. So when you pick up the forge after you beat these enemies in this room, you can upgrade one of your gun parts, Gatling gun, heavy blaster, whichever it is. To do this, you have to hold down the A key, or the A button, and then press the trigger to upgrade it. But you'll figure it out when the game first starts for you, because there's a tutorial you have to get through first before you can play the actual game, which isn't too bad compared to some of the other games I've played. For example, Zero Caliber, their training mode was so, like, annoying because it kept telling me you have to do this and this and this before you can do anything else. This game doesn't have any of that weird shit, and I do like the dialogue because it is pretty humorous to listen to, like, the sergeant or the captain say your failures when you die so many times in the game. That being said, when you beat the boss and you're pelvic thrusting into the items that are about to spawn, then you're going to check out a Tesla or a heavyweight cap, and those are the 2 different types of items you get. That being said, what do I think about the final verdict of Mother Gunship Forge? I think it's absolutely worth it. For $20 on Oculus or Meta, whatever you want to call it, I'm still playing it constantly. Going out there and finding all the gun parts, being able to fight the different bosses, having to, like, mess around with the different connectors and shit. It is a fun game. Like I said, Snapping on the weapons here and there is pretty snappy, as well as the shooting. Being able to dodge and not have to worry about buffering, absolutely worth picking up. Anyway, I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see y'all later.